Alright, we've been talking, a few of us recently, about the crossbow pistols and like the poundages and the drawbacks and the comings and goings and the whys and wherefores of them as a tool to be used in the scenarios that we discuss amongst ourselves here on YouTube. And I've been fucking around with these for about 2 years, and I think it's time. Really, I think I've had enough. I think it's time to put them in room 101, if you know what I mean. I've had 5 or 6 different ones over the last few years. I had one years ago. I had one of the Barnes originals years ago, and even then, I could never really see the point of it. Now, in the situations that we're expecting, in the situations that we discuss, I think they're a liability. I don't really think there's any practical use for them. Nor do I think that they're a fun weapon for plinking, or a good introductory tool for shooting for young people, because I don't think they're safe enough, to be honest with you. Crossbow in itself, the crossbow itself as a weapon or as a tool is a fantastic concept. You know, I mean, I love the crossbow. I love bows and I love crossbows. I always have. I had my first crossbow when I was 16, which is like 39 years ago now. And but these, I think I've just come to the end of my tether with them. There's very little you can do with them for any sort of like practical purpose. Apart from the fact that hunting with a bow or crossbow in this country is illegal. So that's out as a survival tool, unless the rule of law is removed and you had to fend for yourself. But even then, they wouldn't be any good. I've tried half a dozen different ones and I've paid varying prices for them, and the differences between each one have been very, very slight. The ammunition that you can buy for them, the commercially available ammunition you can buy for them, is shite. I've also discovered in my experimentation that at the ranges that they can be used at for any reason, flights are a bit surplus to requirements. You don't really need them. These are fucking rubbish. May as well stick a pencil in something. These plastic ones are even worse. As you can see, I've sort of modified these a little bit, but they're still shit. These are these are the best ones I've tried. I cut down some bust when you get damage to a crossbow bolt in the end splinter. I've cut these down and cut the flights down to veins, and they're like the most effective of them. But even then, you're not getting any consistency and you're not getting any accuracy. And you know, the situations in which these could be used, I don't really think they'd be any good for even that. I'll just explain. Like, for our uses, these are going to be used from here to here. From here to here, say. From this position, and I believe that this is absolutely the extent of its effective range. From this position also, from here to there, from here to there, or from there to there. So at those sorts of ranges, which these would most likely be used at, I don't really think they're effective enough to justify themselves, really. You know, those sort of like domestic, from here to here. You know, if somebody's, the time it takes to prime them and load them and get on point with them. I mean, if someone's coming through, if that's my front door and someone's coming through in any sort of emergency, survival, or zombie apocalyptic scenario, if anything is coming through that door, I think I prefer hand to hand, really. You know, you just like don't need it. You know, from here to there, from that door to the back gate, you know, by the time you've locked and loaded, You can be out there with something more than your dick in your hand, can't you? And you don't really need it. It can't be carried in a pocket. You know, it can't even be carried in the car without taking up too much room, to be honest with you. And without breaking them down and putting them together, using them, utilising them as like an apocalyptic survival tool, if you like. They're just not fucking worth it, I don't think. And I think I've come to I definitely have. I've come to the end of the line with them. I don't really think there's any need for them. I don't think they have a decent purpose for the situations that we discuss. And I've tried all the different ones. I mean, I've got a Tomcat Mark II, which is about the best of them you can get. It's not expensive, and it's about the best one you can get. But I gave mine to Arben. I just couldn't be arsed with it. You know, there's no really appreciable difference in quality or in terms of use between this and that. And this was 15 quid. So, you know, the sights were so rubbish I took them off. You know, because at that sort of range we discussed there, you're not going to need them. It's a point and shoot weapon, isn't it? For whatever reason you're going to use it for. And there is only one purpose it could be used for. And it's not effective enough for that purpose. So that's what I mean. You know, it's not really fit for purpose. It doesn't do anything. It's bulky. They look alright. They look nice. You know, if you've 9 out of 10 people who've never had experience of any sort of weaponry, if you pointed one of these at them, they'd do the chicken dance. You know what I mean? Whether it was loaded or not, I reckon. But that's about all. They're just not fit for purpose. The purpose that we would use them for in the scenarios that we discuss amongst ourselves, it just isn't worth it, I don't think. And I've given up with it. I'm not going to bother my ass with it anymore. I mean, I've got like I say, half a dozen of them in various sort of guises, and I've modified them and I've done all sorts of bits with them, and there's just no need for them. I just don't think they have a proper practical use. If you look at the bolts, I've come up with all these different types of bolts and arrows and ammunition for them. These are about the best, cut down out of old bust crossbow bolts with the flights trimmed back to vanes, you know. These plastic things are fucking rubbish, but you know, I've modified these, and even with the modifications, you know, they're still, you can't maintain any sort of accuracy or consistency of accuracy with them. These are fucking garbage. Not worth the money you pay for them, not worth the time it takes to unpack them. I have actually found that at the sort of ranges we were just talking about now, that I was just talking about now, you don't actually need any flights. You know, but they're still shit. And that's it for me. I've given up with it. Not going to be using it again, not going to be using any of them again. Anyone wants it, they can have it. Thanks for watching. Buy yourself a hammer.